Right now, then, we're going to get to our first grammatical point, which is about the third conditional. In the third conditional, we must follow a, a few things that basic things we should know about clauses. All clauses dealing with conditionals and adverbial and prepositional, those sort of thing. They follow these things. For example, in this case, our third conditional if, it has two clauses. Here's our first clause, as you can appreciate it. See, it has a subject, a verb, and an object, and there is the if clause. See, right away, then we have the second clause, which is very clean. There's nothing, see, affecting it. And these two clauses, see, they always figure into what we're explaining. There's our dependent clause. We call it the if clause, our dependent clause. And then the other clause, we call it the independent clause. That means dependent clause can only function with our independent clause. Together they function. When you remove the independent clause, the dependent clause cannot function. But, on the other hand, independent clause can function individually or with the dependent clause. We also need to check when we talk about conditional if clauses. Again, we get to see our two clauses, our dependent and independent. The difference basically deals with the verb tenses. Check out this first one, if. If clause, third conditional. Past perfect. That means past perfect is composed of had plus the verb in the past participle form. The next clause is would plus the past perfect. And we don't have an example so that you can see how it goes, but that's part of the trick. See, the verb tenses is basically what defines the difference in most parts of the conditions. Clauses also express things. It doesn't matter if it's zero, first, second, third, they always go. The if clause expresses a situation or a problem. And the other clause expresses the result or the consequence of the dependent clause. Keep that in mind, this is important. Then we have the following one, which is the order in which the clauses are written when you write them. If you first write the if clause, then it must have a comma. But if you do it the other way around, because you can also do that, first you put your independent clause and then your independent clause, then no comma is necessary.